Well, I mean, I don't. Yeah, it's kind of harder to decipher what Coach Davis was talking about then.
Yeah, well, I mean, he said it doesn't come when you want it. It comes, other times. It's part of the process. I guess that's another analogy he could probably use. It's part of the process. I'm not going to say the process is not working because just because you don't see the result today doesn't mean the process isn't working.
Well, I mean,
but on this particular process, there is a timetable.
So that's why I said, what you want, the ACC tournament? You want the ACC tournament? You want to do?
I mean, you lost the last 5 games. So I mean, at some point
you got to say something. It's not working.
It's part of the process. He said, just because I've lost the last 5 games doesn't mean the process isn't working.
No, I mean, the season's not over with, but it's close to being over in terms of some of the objectives you may have, and I think, to say that it is working, I guess I would love to know what that means, because at this point I have no idea what that means.
Right.
Part of the process.
It's disappointing in a way because I tell you, the only person, literally the only person that I felt played hard enough with some energy and was Leaky Black. And Leaky Black is probably going to be defense player of the year. He shuts down the other team's best player. Yeah. He does his job. Even against Miami, he shut down their best player, but the other guy went off. Somebody else got to step up.
They got to do it.
Sneak a 3 in.
And that's the thing. Baycott is out there, but he's just too nice. He just don't.
He got his 16 and 14.
Yeah, but hell, he should have 25.
Exactly.
I mean, he should be dominating, and he's kind of soft around the edges. RJ, I don't know. Maybe he's tired. He played the whole game. Not sure. But Caleb was the one. He'll hit a great shot, but he'll miss 10 ridiculous shots. And in an inopportune time, just drive to the basket. Just pay attention. Watch him, and this is my opinion. It's like he has no idea. It's almost like he'll go to the right side of the basket, going in for a drive to the hoop, but he doesn't believe it's gonna go in. I'm serious though. He just throws it up there.
Watching the game the other day.
It's really frustrating watching it.
I'm looking at this team, and I'm thinking, this doesn't even look close to the team that played in New Orleans, right? It doesn't look close to be that type of team that played in New Orleans.
Right.
They play with very little energy, right? They'll get up for a little while, but they don't sustain it.
Right.
There's clearly no defensive energy, because they just let most people do whatever they want. And I guess the hardest part for me is the ones that I think should have gotten better have not gotten better. Caleb Love has not gotten better at all. Armando has maybe he took a step forward, but honestly he plays about the same or maybe less at times as he did last year.
Right.
RJ, he probably has gotten better talent-wise, but not leading the team. So that hasn't changed. So collectively, if you really want to just be honest with the whole situation, Coach Davis, your team hasn't gotten better. And they've taken a step back. So that's why you look the way you look. But a lot of people, many people, including myself, were okay with the number 1 ranking because the team that we saw at the end making the assumption that they could get better would be in the top 5 all year long.
Absolutely.
And clearly we've seen this team has not gotten better anywhere on the court. Anywhere. And that falls squarely on Coach Davis.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. I was listening to C.L. Brown, and he gave a fun fact, and I was like, oh, man, I hope this doesn't come true. But we're on the verge of, since 1985, to go from number 1 to not being mentioned at all.
No. And what it means by that, it's not being in the tournament.
Exactly, not being mentioned at all.
I mean,
for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
That's frustrating and crazy, but that's where we are right now on the verge of.
They could be better.
We're better than that.
This team is better than that.
But
Baycott,
yeah, I mean,
Davis,
Love. Being better and showing on the court is 2 different things. On paper, yeah, they're supposed to be all this, but when you making decision making, I'm still on this thing. If you just watched, and then when these players make these decisions, I look at the coaching staff. They're sitting over there like, oh, okay, so this is expected.
take them out.
I mean, it's
well, they've seen it.
It's frustrating. It's
So
frustrating.
they didn't expect it?
Well, I would. It's not shocking to them,
Okay.
right? Because they've seen it and they expect it. And I get it. Caleb. He's gonna be what he's gonna be, and he can make some crazy long distance three balls. But you have to know what you have and what you're working with. You can't tell me that you think that Caleb Love driving to the basket trying to score, on the interior is where you think his strength is. It's not.
Mm-mm.
It hasn't been. So, maybe that's part of the process he's talking about. I don't know. Maybe they think maybe they know something we don't know because I ain't seen one practice. I ain't seen one Carolina practice the last 20 years.
This team is playing. First of all, they're very disappointed. They're not playing nearly their capabilities, and I'm not sure they have no time to get it together.
Right.
Because we're towards the end now, so I don't know. It could be a situation
We
where
got some really tough games.
They show out in the tournament though.
Really tough games.
Well, first of all, don't lose no more.
No. They will have to win the tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the team yesterday could do that. Now, it's something different. Because the thing is, it's very difficult for them to. Again, if you watch them, it's difficult for them to score the basketball.
Right.
If they would have 12 turnovers, like they had 8 turnovers in the first half, and the turnovers are like this. Caleb will drive to the basket, ball bounces off his knee. He'll drive to the basket, ball goes top of the backboard, and he'll get it and throw it away. They had 8 turnovers the first half that led to 12 points for NC State. In other words, 8 things they did that turned into points for NC State. And most of that are decisions. I mean, even Puff, and it's just even with Mando. Again, I'm watching the decision making
It is.
of these teams.
It's
It's ugly, and I don't think, and I'll be pleasantly surprised, but I don't think they have it to turn around. First time I felt this way all year. Up until yesterday, I said, "Well, no, they'll get no."
Felt encouraged, and now you don't.
Nah, because the game was tied. And when Caleb came down like 4 times in a row, trying to do a layup on the right hand side, and it's not working. Try somebody else. A lot of times, and Pete Nance is just there. I blame Coach Davis with Pete Nance. Coach Davis' other decisions I'm good with, but that Pete Nance thing, I have no idea why. You gonna ride or die with that? No. They didn't play 20-some games by now. If it ain't happening, it's not gonna happen.
Backtracking off what you just said, Reese, 2 uncharacteristic stats that stood out to me yesterday when it comes to North Carolina. 13 turnovers to NC State's 3.
Yeah.
NC State's first turnover didn't come until midway through the second half. And then at that point, Carolina had already acquired 12 turnovers.
Right.
Going to the rebound category, I think 18 total offensive rebounds. Coach Davis said only 8 points scored of those 18.
Yeah.
It's just, there's been so much stuff that we always talk about. There's a tradition with Carolina basketball. There's certain things that you see.
Yeah.
You just have not seen it this year with this team. If anything, it's been
the opposite.
The polar opposite.
Opposite. And the polar opposite, you see multiple things that in the polar opposite.
Right.
That, I mean, you can't pinpoint one. There's multiple things that cause them. So it's no surprise where they are where they are. And we have to see what goes on over here. But yeah, I mean, if any team that's come out of Triangle, it's going to be Team of Raleigh, Team of Durham, because Team of Chapel is not up to the stuff. In my
Absolutely. Pringley said that Baycott played his way to Europe.
Yeah, and Caleb
he said, "I
did
told
too.
y'all that Pete Nance was trash."
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you get RJ, Caleb, and Baycott, all those guys, they're trying to make money. They're making money now.
Maybe he should be practicing while he off doing those commercials.
I mean, the thing is that they're not helping themselves, and to the point where Carolina not even going to be showcase themselves postseason, like in the tournament when a lot of people make their real money.
Right.
They're in jeopardy of not having that be the case as well, because they'll be NIT or at home.
That hurts.
Which is great. Now, and a lot of people blaming. And I think you said a lot of people coming at Coach Davis.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about.
Like
Coach.
what are they saying that he's not making?
there are some people on the bench. Some you've been talking about all year long, season long. Put them out there. Take them out. Like, give them something to think about when you're out here doing just as Caleb is doing, just throwing the ball away and stuff like that. Sit him down. Try something different.
It's just not good basketball.
I mean, if we're going that many minutes without scoring, you might as well put the others in and see if they can score.
Right.
You just asked the man. The man just said he won't say it's not working. What are you doing?
Is he in the same game that we're watching?
No, I heard what he said. I'm just trying to figure out what he meant by that, because I
was responding to what Pam was saying.
It's not working.
Yeah, but you want to take people out, move people around, but
yeah.
He's not gonna say it's not working. Why would you do anything different?
I think it's time they just hit a hard reset.
What does that mean?
What? Yeah, I mean, you got.
As far as
you just quit.
It just looks
Saturday night against Virginia.
No, I don't mean quit the rest of the season. I'm saying next year. How many players do you see returning from this roster next season? I know, obviously, Love, Black, Baycott, those guys are all leaving, but Pub Johnson, Dontrez Styles, Jalen Washington. I mean, somebody tweeted out yesterday, what does Carolina have to do for Jalen Washington to play? And somebody said he needs to go somewhere else.
No, he's been playing. I mean, he's not totally healthy. That's one of the reasons why he's not in there full time, but. He didn't play at all yesterday. Styles didn't play at all yesterday. Dunn got in for about 2 seconds. I don't understand what the rotation is all about. Again,
these guys are talented that are playing for Carolina right now. These guys are talented, but they're not playing as a talented basketball team.
Right.
And that starts on the sideline with Coach Davis. That's just, it just is what it is.
So what do you do as Coach Davis?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's up to him. That's his style. He's got to figure out what makes it work for him.
With these guys, like what will motivate them to.
He's got to figure it out. He's got to be the one to figure out how to get his team, the talent that he has on his team, to play at a level that he wants them to play at,
or the talent he has coming in next season, which is kind of what I was referring to as far as the reset.
But that's a tough. That's a tough one. You know why? Because he had talent some of the same talent last year, and he got them to play. Now you take the same returning talent, and they don't get any better. They get worse than they were last year.
I mean, a lot of factors come to play. I mean, I think outside factors come to play. I think NIL had a lot to do with it.
Yes.
So
that's part of coaching, though. I mean, every coach got the same problem.
Okay, my opinion. I'm saying what's different between this team this year and this team that last year is things like that.